Hello, hello. It's been a good long time there. But yeah, basically it's because I was working on some other things and those other things could not be done live. But this one we can, so let's start it. Okay, so basically in this one we are going to make the rig for this theory, and this is going for the Paleo Ark team. So if you would like to check them out and take a look at the link, well, at the depths channel, there is like a mention for his channel down in the description. So yeah, take a look at that. And, well, let's start it. Basically, what I have here at the moment is some, well, rough sketches of what I was thinking for this boy. And, well, as we can see, it has lots of feathers and pretty nice feathers here. So it would be interesting to have controls for them. So I was thinking about like adding one control for each 3 feathers, like this, like as you can see from this view. But I don't know, maybe I will add more. For now, this is just a sketch, and the same would be for here. So we have some nice movements on the feathers. I don't know if it's possible to have the movements also done in an engine, like using some vertex displacement techniques, things like that. So depending on what is possible or not, I might divide this into more bones, just so we have a little bit more control. And the same for this part here. And another thing, since this one is not supported shape keys, then we are gonna need some bones to create the breathing, and here we have the blinking and nostril close. So well, basically this is it. Now let's get to work. So first of all, I'm gonna get rid of that annotation just for now. And I don't want to work with the feathers as of now. So I will simply get rid of them. Oh, wait, not that one. This one, a body feather and the crest, if I am not mistaken. Yep. There we go. And let's get the wireframe going as well, so we have an idea of where to place the bones. Alright, so most, well, not most, all the things that I'm going to do here for this rig is going to use the add-on that I developed. So if you would like to take a look at it, test it, and see if it works for you, there is also a link down in the description. So check it out. The name is Therizino, and every now and then I add some new things to it. So if you get it, don't forget to keep it updated. All right, so Shift A, and then TGR Armature. This is going to give us already a root that is aligned with the world origin. Well, with the world axis, but in the previous one I had a little bit of a problem there, because on Ark it needs a different orientation, so I will change it. It's going to be Z90 negative, and then I need the Z axis to be pointing backwards, and so there, Ctrl R, rotate it by 90, and there we go. So Y is pointing to the positive X, the X is pointing to the positive Z, and the Z is pointing to the positive Y. That's basically it. So hello there everybody, that's getting here now. We are working on the theory. Just started the rigging. Let me see, there we go, and IntelliJ rigger. Okay, so basically here we are gonna see most of the things that are going to be used in the creation process of this guy. All right. So now that we already have the root, we can start adding the deform bones. So first of all, let's add here a deform bone. That is going to be the pelvis. So there we go. Rotate it like that and put it roughly around here. And well, basically now I'm simply going to get the deform bones to where I think they are going to get a really good deformation out of the box. And then after, if it doesn't work as good as I wanted it to, I can always come back here and change it later. So there we go. These ones and the beginning of the tail here, the base of the tail, we can make them big and then start shrinking them as we go towards the tip. So I think I'm gonna put it kind of around here, and this one here, and then this one kind of here, and keep following this idea. So one bone every 2 loops should be fine. There we go, another one here, and the last one for the tip. So select all of those, Control select the first of the chain, and then it selects everything until it gets there. Control F2 to battery name, don't forget to change it to bones. And then we are going to set name new. That's going to be def tail.001. So this way Blender names it correctly for us. Let me see. Yeah. And then I can just come here and clean the names. Good. Okay, so now we have the tail chain done. We can start working on the spine chain. So there we go. It will be one here, kinda, and then another one, and a big one I want for the chest, all the way to the neck, kinda around here should be fine. Okay. But as we can see, this is not very good, the rotation. I want all the z-axis pointing up. So like that should be fine. Let's rename these two, and these are going to be spine. So instead of tail, let's put it spine 001, and there we go, clean them up. And this one is the chest. Okay, now for the neck. Since it has a really long neck, I think adding a good amount of bones here is going to help, not only with the deformation of things, but also with the how can I say, the what is it called? Oh boy, the way painting. So let's go. Let's get it some nice amount of bones for the neck. So kind of like 1, let's 2, 3, 4 loops, I guess. So it would be like 1, 2, 3. and there, and then this one I will put it kind of here, this one here, and let's keep following this. Kind of like that around here, and then this one here. And if we check it the way it is, the cranium should start kind of around here. So from this place we can already get the head bone. Let me see, maybe put it a little bit forward, like there, should be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this one up and this one up a little bit, just so we have a nice full of. Bring this down here. Yep, we're good. So there, all these bones, let's change the name. These are the neck bones, so neck. And there, clean name up. And this one is the head. Whoops, not head, the head. There we go. For the jaw, just duplicate that one and rotate it. Put it kind of like there. And one thing that I like to do, just to check if the mouth is actually going to close correctly, is to put this on like there. So at the edge of the jaw, and then rotate it. If it closes correctly there, which it kind of does, and then we should be fine leaving it like around here. But we are actually going to see how it goes when we weight paint. And if needed, we make some adjustments and make it work. So there we go, def jaw. Okay, let's see, for the tongue, well, another thing that we need to do is parent this one to this one, so that. Let's go. Set parent, keep offset. By the way, this here is a thing for the add-on. Again, link down the description. If I press D, I have all these options that I can use to, well, make my life as a rigger a little bit easier. There we go. Scale this one up a little bit more. Okay, good. Now for the tongue. Let's shift Z, and just so we can see through it. Put it kind of there. And let's scale it down. And yeah, I think around, yeah, should be good. And then let's add another one, another one, another one, another one, and this last one here. Okay, this is going to be an expressive tongue. So there, select all of those, Control F2, and change the name to tongue, and clean them up. Get this one parented to this one, Shift Z again. And now we have the middle bones, all the bones that don't have mirror, they are already in place. And we need to get this one parented here as well. Okay. The other ones, like belly jiggle, the chest movement, and all the other things for the neck and stuff like that, I'm going to add it later. At the moment, I'm just focusing on the big movements. So let's see. Let's start with the leg. So I'm gonna bring it kind of here, rotate it, scale it, put it kind of where the knee should be. By the topology, we see it's around here. And then we bring it back to the a heel. Then this is the toe bone. Well, not the toe, the foot bone. And then I'm going to add one like this. Just so it becomes the... what is it called? Like a toes controller. I'm going to use it to try something else as well. To see if I can get the foot roll to look interesting with this one in an easier way without needing to create an action and to be able to rotate these. So let's see how it goes. If it works fine, then it's good. If it doesn't work, we take it out and use the action constraint approach, which should be fine. So let's go. There. Gonna position all of these bones where they should be. So that one around there should be fine. Now we can grab these and bring them to the middle, like around that. This guy is so good at this job. Oh, thank you. If you want to learn a little bit more about rigging, just stick with us. I'm always doing these lives of rigging and stuff like that, some tutorials, and well, kind of like that. And most likely soon we are going to start making lives of sculpting as well. So if you're interested in sculpting, modeling, don't forget to subscribe. And by the way, and like the live as well. It helps us as... oh boy, it helps us a lot. There we go. Oh, let me see. Gonna grab this one and rotate it through this direction. Let me see how bad this is going to be after. Not bad, I think. I hope. This will be a kind of an experiment, so we're gonna see. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, this one's not very good. Move towards here. How's it? Nice. Okay. Now what we need to do is to give it proper orientation. So that one, let me move it kind of here as well. All right. This one down here, the z-axis is pointing up. So let's make this z-axis from all the bones point to the same direction, kind of. All of them looking to the direction of the screen here. And so since it's looking to the direction of the screen, we can use this Shift N and view axis. And there we go, the Z looks towards us. It's a very useful thing there. So there, this one, same thing. I want it to be looking this direction, so view axis. And the same for the thigh. Is there, I want you to look this direction, and there you go. Maybe rotate it inwards a little bit more. Like around there. Okay, that should be good. Right, so let's name these. And this one's gonna be def upper leg. Let's not complicate things. I could call it a thigh and all the other things, but let's keep it simple. Def upper leg. This one's gonna be the lower leg. Def lower leg. And this one's def foot. And this one is going to be def toes. Okay. Now I'm gonna need to, well, first of all, let me disappear with the root bone. Now we're gonna need to add the toe bones, like the toes. So in this case, to make things simpler, let's disappear with everything that we don't want to see. To do that is Alt B, and then there we go. Just draw a box where you want to clip your view. Leave it there, and now you can rotate around and do your rigging without any kind of problems. Very useful, very useful. Even more useful when used with the snap and putting it at center volume. Now it becomes a monster, basically. So if I shift D this, come on, let's go. Okay, there. This is going to be positioned at the center of the volume. So it started kind of around here. So if we take a look from here, oh boy, let me get the annotate too. So from here and all the way down here, where is it drawing in? Ah, yeah, it's drawing somewhere else. So let's get the view. So from here to there. Create a new one. Okay, so from here to there. This is kind of in the middle. So it works. But all the way there, let's see, is it okay? Yes, it is. Because if we think about the bone structure, this bone should actually be kind of around here. But since we are not only controlling the bones, we are also controlling muscles and skin and all these kind of things. We have to put it where it's going to give us the best kind of deformation that we can have. And in this case, I think putting it around here will give us a good result. If it doesn't, we can always go back to it and change it. So there, let me bring this a little bit there, and then we can get another one that's gonna be around here, and this other one that's going to be the tip of this toe A, let's say. So there we go. We can select all of them and global z-axis. Let's make them all point up like that. Okay, now we can simply repeat it for the other toes. So that, Shift D and put it where we think is going to give us kind of a good deformation. This one's going to be there. This one I'm going to scale it down just so it's not in the way. And then I'm going to bring this one kind of around here and this one around here, and we should be fine. There, get all those and point them upwards. Shift D again, and there. This one's going to be kind of around here, and this one here, and the last one on the claw there. Okay, select all of them, Shift N, and point them to the Z-axis. Okay, now that we have all of those, gonna select these three and parent them to the toes bone. That's good. Now we need to add the bones that are going to control this one here. For that, let me see, I'm gonna get this one and put it, I think it would be around here, and then grab it kind of there. It's more like here, and another one down there. Yep, this much should be fine. This is not a toe that moves a lot, so yeah, this is good, this is good. just want this one to be a little bit more inside of the foot here. So that. And here I want it to be parented to the foot bone and not to the toes. Otherwise it would cause lots of problems. Okay, the z-axis in this one is already pointing to the correct direction, and this one, let me see, let's rotate it a little bit. It's kind of there-ish. There we go. Yeah, good, good, good. Okay, so now it's only a matter of naming these nicely. So this one, I'm going to say that these are the tools A. So let's put it here. Tool A.001. And then these are going to be the B. And these are going to be the C. These are going to be the D. Right. So now that we have it, I'm just gonna get back to the Teledriga here, clean them up, and then we got rid of all the dots in the name. Now they are all turned into underscores, which is kind of needed for the add-on to work correctly. It's heavily based on naming conventions, so important. This is one of the reasons why it has this clean name up. Okay, so now that we have all the tools with the bones in the correct position, at least for now, we need to do something to grab all these bones and send it to the other side, which is getting the correct suffix to it. So let's select all the bones on the left side here and click this button, add suffix left, and there we go, everybody with the .l suffix. And since we have that, now Blender allows us to simply right click and symmetrize, and then there we go, we already have all of our bones in the correct place. One thing that I'm seeing here, it's let me see, is this actually good, this rotation? I don't think so. So I'm gonna enable the mirror thing there, so I can rotate this one, and then that one rotates along with it. Okay, so this now should be a lot better. Yeah. Okay, good. One thing is, since we got the upper leg bone from the def spine, we duplicated it. It's already parented to the pelvis. So even if I try to make parent, the keep offset one is grayed out. So that's good. We're gonna do something kind of similar, but now for the what is it called? The shoulder blade here. And so this shoulder blade and the arms. And so we're gonna get this neck one because it's already parented into the chest. Then I will just remove the snap here. The shift tab is the shortcut if you want to make things faster. So there, shift to D, put it where it should rotate kinda, and I think it would be around here, and this one, the bone for the shoulder would end kind of around there, and then we can drag all the other bones down. So there we go, and this one is going to go all the way here, and we have the hand one there. Okay, now we need to get them to the correct place, of course. So look from above like this, X, GX, then move it to where it would be. I think around here is the case. And now I can apply the snap again. Actually, for the shoulder, I don't think it's going to work very nice, so we'll use it directly here. And so it will be around there, I guess. Now this one, I can use the snap. But one thing is, I think I'm not going to constrain it. I will just use the snap there and see if it gets to a good position. And yes, it seems like it does. So I'm gonna grab this one, press G, and there we go. It's already in the correct place. And for the hand, that is fine. Okay, so now that we have it, we just need to get the orientations correct, which is, let's see, this one. This one's already good. It's pointing to the correct place. This one, I think we can rotate it like that. And then this one, we want the x-axis to be aligned with the axis of rotation of the joint. So it would be kinda there, I guess. Let me see. Yep, looks like it. And then this one, I just want to copy it from the previous one, so there. Okay, so now that we have it, we just need to name things correctly. And this one's going to be the shoulder. Left shoulder. Just to keep it simple. So def upper arm. This one's going to be the lower arm. And this one is the hand. Alright, now that we have it, one thing I'm gonna do is to duplicate this, well, not duplicate, subdivide it. So when we rotate the hand, it has a slight fall off, and this one, so it's not kind of weird. When we rotate our wrist, we see that the deformation, let's say the deformation on our body, keeps going all the way to until the elbow. And so this is kind of the effect that I'm going for here. This is why this guy here is needed. So there we go. This one, I'm going to call it lower arm A. And this is the lower arm B. Okay. So now that we have it, the thing that's missing is the hand. The hand and the fingers. So in this case, I want to see only the hand. So clipping it again makes things a lot easier to deal. So here I'm gonna select the hand, Shift D with the snap activated. And this way I'm able to put it kinda in the middle of the fingers there. So it would be around here, and then let's get this other one to be there. Should be fine. Let's see for this one, Shift D, put it kinda there. Bring it into here. It is actually a little bit back here, and then this one is, let's see, it's kind of there. Nope. Let me look at from below. It would be one here. There is another one here, and the last one. Let me see for this one here. It's kind of the same, so let's put it back. let me subdivide this one. Get it kind of there. This one here. Oh, it should be good. Just looking for the topology where things kind of go down there. So there we have a metacarpal. Do you need a .l on the bone names? If you have a like a symmetrical armature, yes, you're gonna need them, because it makes things a lot easier for Blender to understand what it should mirror. So for example, let me outspeed this. Here I have this .l on the def upper leg, and since I symmetrized it, it automatically created for me the .r pair. So now if I enable this mirror thing and I move this, you can see that the other side moves as well. So it's very nice if you have a symmetrical armature. If not, you don't need them. Just like we see for the bones in the center, they don't have that .l, .r, none of those, and you don't need to add like a .c for center or something like that. It's completely fine. Yeah, let's go back to the hand. Okay, so let's continue creating the metacarpals. Well, the last metacarpal here will be for this guy, kind of here. And then let's look from this view. We would have, let's see, the last finger there. By the looks of it, we would have like one joint that would be around here, and then another one here, and the last one. This would be, what, the pinky? Would it? Yeah. Yeah, so it would be this one and that one. Yep. The arms, they are symmetrical as well. But since I'm still on the makings of it, we can add those .l after. Just in one go. So we would be able to select everybody and then just press this button here, and it's going to add that .l to everything. To everything that's selected. So let's see these guys. Let's rotate them towards the camera view. This one, the same idea. So that. Now the same for all these other ones here. Let me check. It would be kind of this direction. So that, looking that. Now if I come through, well, shift and select those. When you rig, are things like feather cards added also rigged, or do those depend on the bones of what they sit on? Well, it depends on the amount of details that you want, but normally, well, mainly for this one, what I'm going to do is, let me get the body feathers and these guys and the crest back on. I will add the bones only to these ones on the head. They are very important. They add a lot of like character to the model. And these ones, they are sticking out from the arm, and also the ones for the tail. So those are, we're gonna need to add more bones to them. but the ones that are part of the body, basically what we are going to do is transfer the weight paint from the body to those feathers. So they are going to be following the body. It wouldn't be the film quality thing to do, but it works. It works very nicely for games. Well, in films, we wouldn't have feather cards. They would be actually things there. Yeah. Is this a rigging tutorial? Well, kinda. I wouldn't say so. It's more of a rigging session. I'm doing the things here and kind of explaining what I'm doing, but not thorough. But, well, there are some tips and tricks here and there. So let's go, let's get the crest and the body feathers out so we can continue with it. So at the moment, basically what we are trying to do here is to get the bone orientations correct, because this makes a whole lot of difference when animating. Because, for example, let's say I have this finger, the Z is pointing up, the one behind it is pointing up as well, and this other one that is also behind it is also pointing up. But if I had it, one pointing that direction, the other one pointing this direction, and this one pointing up, what would happen if I went to pose mode here? Like that, selected all these three, and tried to move it on, let me see, the local axis, like rotate it on the x-axis. It breaks. You see what happens. It breaks a lot. So this is not ideal. And then what we need to do is to make sure that these rotations, they are following the kind of the joint rotation, and also that it keeps a little bit of a pattern. So in my case here, every joint, the direction of the joint in my rigs, they are on the x-axis. So you're gonna see here, the x-axis is there, the x-axis is also here on the knee, here on the heel, and for every other bone, it's the same idea. So keeping a pattern like that is really nice for the animator. So there we go. Let's check this one. The joint is in that direction, so I need to point the Z up here. And since I have this one already correct, I can simply get all of those, shift and an active bone. So they are all going to copy the rotation of this one. There we go. So now that we have all the fingers positioned correctly and rotated correctly, and the same thing for the arm chain. Hello. How is it going? Let's see. Yeah. Now we just need to get the namings correctly then. So for those, we're gonna do basically the same thing as we did down here for the feet. We're gonna use A and B for namings just to make things easier. So there we go, finger. And then this is going to be finger A. There, good. Now we can select this chain as well and change it to B. And this one, and change it to C. Now that we have all of these completed, clean the names. And for the question on the .l things, and now that we have all this thing on the left arm completed, we can select all of these bones And there we go. Press this button, and there we go. We have all the .ls in place. And since we have them, we can just right click, symmetrize, and they are sent to the other side with the correct rotation and also with the .r on them, which is very, very handy. Okay, so with this, we basically have the, well, the first pass, let's say, on the Deform bones. So we can check how good the what is it called again? The automatic weight painting is going to be for this. So there we go. Going back to object mode, select the object, then the armature, Control P with automatic weights. Let's leave Blender calculating it for a little bit. And now let's check it. Don't forget to save, of course. Very important there. Now we can rotate this. Let me grab all of these at the same time. Put it to local. Let's move. Okay, yeah, the neck's moving quite nice. I'm gotta be careful with that to not break it, to break it too much. And then let's check these. Rotate. How bad is it? Not too bad. We can fix a lot of that later with the weight painting. Let's see, this one's going to rotate everything, which is correct. That rigging add-on looks really useful. Thank you for making it available. Yeah, no problems. If you find anything weird in it, or if you would like to add some new features that you think would be interesting, you can always send me a message or something like that. And I will gladly fix it or add it if it's not too difficult. Well, fixing, I will have to fix, that's for sure. But there we go for the tail. Nice. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. We got a good amount of bones there, so we have a nice deformation. Yep. Evil Theory looks good so far. Yeah, and it's going to look even cooler when it's fully rigged with the materials, well, in game. Don't forget to follow the guys on Paleo Ark to see how the things are going. Let's check this one, how bad it is. Not too bad. I just don't know. Okay. Most likely we are gonna need to change the pivot there a little bit to get the mouth closing closer to here. Yeah, but for now, this is pretty good. All right. So now we can start creating some interesting things. Just to make this look a little bit more like a cool rig. And for that, what we're gonna need is controllers. And to make those controllers, one thing that is very, very useful is to not add not add any other kind of constraints other than copy transforms to the deformer bones, and never ever control the deformer bones the way they are, like this. Always use an intermediate bone to do that, because this way, if you want to change the parenting, it's not going to mess up with your animations in the future. So yeah, Now that we got it here, we need to fix that problem of intermediate bones, let's say, which basically is what we have in the Rigify thing, which are these ORG bones. So what we are going to do is duplicate all of these bones and add a copy transforms constraints on the deformer bones, targeting the ORG bones. Don't forget to drink water. Okay, so to do that, what we would need to do is literally duplicate it and then add one copy transforms constraint to each and every single bone, which is going to take a whole lot of time. And, well, thinking about that, instead of doing all of it, we can simply use the add-on, a link down in the description. Click this, create ORG. There we go, we already created all the bones with the correct name. Go here to pose mode. If we move them the way it is, we see it doesn't move the body. This is because we need to come here to this ORG tab and bind them. So now they are bound, we can move it. And if we take a look at the deformer bones, all of them with a ORG constraint that targets, well, the ORG thing, so the ORG pair. Really useful, really useful. So there we go. Now this way I can come here to the edit mode. Oh, this add-on seems awesome. I'll definitely check it out. Yep, please do. And let me know if you find anything weird in it. Now one thing that I can do is create a separate controller that's going to be the center of gravity torso controller or anything like that. That I will be using to, well, control the torso area and separate the pelvis from the spine, so I can move the pelvis separately. So there we go. This is going to be a controller, so it's non-deform bone. There we go. It was sent to the deform bone because that is the active layer. So let me put it actually to the ORG one. Let me grab this. Delete it, and then add a new one. There we go. MCH bone. We don't need to see the deformed bones anymore. Just bring this one up to where I think would be kind of the center of gravity, and I think around here should be fine. Yeah, I can make this a little bit bigger. Like that. And let's change the name of it to Control Torso. One thing that is interesting to do is to create a another collection, bone collection, and use it as a temporary layer, so we can get all the bones that we are going to work with and send them to that layer and solo it. So now we are only working with that one and we are only seeing it. So it's very good. Keeps things a little bit more organized. I didn't do it on the previous lives, I guess. But, well, yeah, this way makes things a lot easier on the eyes. Alright, so now that we have this control torso, we can get the spine and the pelvis and parent to it. So this way, now I can move the pelvis separate like that. Okay. Now that we have it, I'm going to create one thing that I like very much, and one thing that was also requested on previous rigs. That is this tweak chain there, which I can now get this and move it separated like this. And then this one as well. And the same for this one down here. We can do that. Again, just a click of a button. So we just clicked that. And we got these tweak chain, let's call it. But still, this way we wouldn't be able to control the ORG separated, like trying to rotate it. So we would need a FK chain. And since I know there is this problem, and we are going to create, we would need to create this from this tweak chain, we already have here this option, FK from tweak chain. So the only thing I need to do is select all the bones that are part of the tweak chain and click this FK from tweak chain. Boom, there we go. Okay, so now we created these separated bones, these control FK chest, control FK spine, control FK spine. And when I move it, there we go. They're moving separate like that. Not only that, we always have the option to come, well, down here to the control and move it separately like that. Okay, but this is not all that we have to add on this torso controller. We can also add another thing to make it even better. That is a master chest controller that is going to control the whole chain without we having to select all of the bones and then moving them separated. It's just going to be a single control that if you rotate it, move it, or anything, it's going to make the same action, same transforms to all the previous bones. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to do here is, first of all, I will hide this torso because it's on the way. I will get this control FK spine. Should be fine. Shift to D it. Scale it up. Let's put it kind of here. It doesn't really matter. As long as we have that there. Hi. How's it going? So as long as we can see it and we can call it something appropriately, so something like control chest master. There we go. It's fine. Now what we are gonna need to do is to create a intermediate bone for all the FK bones. So there we go. We're gonna have this control FK chest. There is another control FK spine here, and there is a control FK spine here. To create an intermediate bone is basically we're going to duplicate it and then parent the original bone to the duplicated one. Going good. What about you? How is the work going? Yup, the Herosaurus is complete, and if I am not mistaken, it's we already have some pictures of it in engine. So yeah, that one is looking pretty good. Not only that, actually, I have some other things coming up. So stay tuned. We're gonna have the speed sculpt for Herosaurus. Going to update it maybe tomorrow, most likely. And by the way, not only that, there are going to be some other lives for sculpting as well. So if you're interested on sculpting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also like. Nice. At what time? Good question. Around this time, I guess. So yeah, going back here, we are gonna need to create the intermediate bones for these ones, so they are not going to receive the constraints directly. So there we go, we have all of them selected. Just create intermediate bone, and that's it. Those intermediate bones, they were sent to the MCH layer, so we are not seeing it because we have the solo on this TMP layer, well, collection. Yeah, actually tomorrow is not going to be a stream. Tomorrow we are just going to upload a video. But after tomorrow, let's see. Yeah, after tomorrow I'm gonna be back continuing the work on this one. All right. So that if we solo the MCH as well, we're gonna see that these bones, they are there and working just fine. Okay, but there is a problem now. We are gonna see that these bones, the MCH ones, let's check it. Where is it? MCH FK chest. Does it have any blender? Let's go. Any constraint? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's good. But the thing is, if we go to the contrary FK chest, well, not that one, the one behind it, this control FK spine, and we move it, we see it doesn't work anymore. So this is basically because the intermediate bone now is the, well, the parent for this bone here, and it is not parented to the control behind it. So we need to fix that. There we go. This is going to be the MCH FK chest. There. It's going to be parented to the contrary FK there. And the same here. The MCH FK from this one is going to be parented with the contrary FK spine there. And it should be working now. So let me see if I get the, well, oops, Control FK there. Move it. Yeah, it's moving. Good. If I get this one, Control FK spine, move it. Yes, it's working. And for last, we have this one, Control FK chest, move it. Yes, it's also working, which is good. Now, the thing is, we need to make this Control Chest Master actually do something, because at the moment it does nothing. Basically, what we're gonna need to do is to get a copy transforms from this one to all of the MCH ones that we created. So let's see, and there we go, MCH, and then copy transforms, and that, and well, I can literally just grab all the MCHs that I have, so that MCH and Ctrl F. This is another thing that this add-on is going to allow you to do, is to select the bones by name. So if you just search for MCH, it's going to select all the MCH bones. And that Shift H, you can see it's only the MCH ones that are selected. And now I can simply copy the bone constraints. Let's see. One thing that we are gonna need to do here. Well, copy transforms is not gonna be a good idea, it seems. So let's just change this one here then. So let's, instead of using the copy transforms, so let's go just for the what is it called again? The copy rotation. That would work just fine. So there we go. Copy from the Control Chest Master to the MCH FK spine there, and then copy rotation. Good. This is going to be local to local. And there. All right. Now we can simply get this MCH, Ctrl F, MCH, look for all of them, Ctrl C, and copy bones constraints. If you don't have this Ctrl C copy attributes here, you can always come to this thing and copy to select it. It works just as fine. Now let's see, now that we have this Control Chest Master, if I rotate it, it should rotate the whole chain. Yep, it does. Let's see from this view. There we go, working pretty nicely. But it's not looking very organized here. So what we are gonna do is, well, get some shapes going on just to make what we can see a little bit better and organized, so we're not, well, having to alt click and search for names all the time. First of all, tweaks. So gonna get all the tweaks, these tweak bones, gonna change their shape to be a wire sphere. It's going to make things a lot easier, and it also conveys the idea of it being a tweak. So if it is a tweak, it's a sphere. That's the idea for this rig. So let's see. I'm gonna get this one, and I will use this add-on here, bone widget. So you can find it pretty easily there. This is very useful. And then we can just choose what we want. In this case, I want this sphere. Just hit this create button, and there we go. It created this sphere down here for us. What I want to do is to make this bigger, because the way it is at the moment is really small. So there we go, viewport display, and get the scale up. So get all of these up to, well, actually, let's not scale it to bone length. Just keep it at that size and it should be fine. Okay, so now that we have all of it, we can just select all of those, keep this one as the active one, and Ctrl C and copy bone shape. And there we go. We have that one, that one, that one, and that one. And since we are already here, normally what I do is for tweak bones, I leave it with the color green. So let's just put it green and click this button, and it is going to be green to all the other bones as well. So let me see, this is wire width 2, but this one is just 1, so kind of wrong there. So let's get all of these and put the wire width to be 2 as well for all of them. So holding Alt, it changes for all of the selected things. Okay, good. So there we go for the tweak ones. We already have something that's pretty nice. I'm gonna get one for the torso. For the torso, I'm gonna use, let me see, this root 2. So just put it there, create. There we go. We have something like this. Let's see, I'm just going to make it fit the body a little bit better. So I'm going to the edit there. Gonna select these two. Y, bring it back a little bit, and G, oops, G, Y, and bring it forward a little bit. And yeah, this should be fine. Now we can just click here and it goes back to the bone. Nice. And now for the master, I'm going to use here this chest one, create. It's going to be created all the way back here, but I don't want it to be back. I want it to be forward there. And also, I want it to be following the transformations of the Control FK chest. to do that, we are gonna need to come down here to this override transform, and we are going to look for FK chest. And there we go, Control FK chest, and it's going to be placed in that place now. So now that it is there, we just need to get it and, well, scale. Let me match bone transforms in there. Okay, good. Now I can scale it on the Z and put it where I want it to be. So kind of like there is good. Let me select this vertex, press O, and move it so it gets a little bit. Okay. So let's see. Well, basically with this, we can say that the torso controllers, they are almost complete. Another thing that we can add to it is the pivot. So this way, it's actually going to be complete. So that add pivot, most likely it added the pivot somewhere else. Let me see. Did it? Let me Ctrl Z a little bit. There. Then let me just get it there. Select the torso and add pivot controller. Let me see if it's adding it somewhere that I'm not seeing. This is Control Torso. Let me check if I do it here. It works. If I do it there, it works. If I do it here, it doesn't for some reason. So yeah, there you see one of the things that happen. So this is one of the problems. Now, why is it happening? Ah, okay, yeah, this is why. Because it was hidden on the edit mode. So this is a thing that I'm gonna have to change on the code, and just to be sure that even if it's hidden, it's not going to break. Okay, let's see. Add pivot controller. Yes, and now it's working. Good. So let's see. This is the control pivot torso, and this one is the MCH pivot torso. We don't need that. And this one, I'm going to change the shape. It's going to be this 6-axis shape. So there, create. Yeah, but in this case, let me remove it from here. And then I can create it. Okay, good. And let's make it smaller as well, like that. Okay, good. All right, basically what this controller does is I can rotate it like this. And then here we have a little bit of a problem, which is, let's get the MCH. Where is it? Oh, yeah, the MCH is not going to be shown here because it's there. MCH FK spine 1. I need it to be parented with the torso there. So there. Let me see if I move it now. Yeah, now it works. Okay, so if I rotate the pivot controller there, we can see that it does exactly the same as the torso controller, but I can move the pivot torso to there, and then now I can rotate on that place. So that is now the pivot of the rotation. Very useful, very useful. I kind of reverse engineered what was on the Rig 5 one and just made it in a way that I can select the controller and then click this button and it's working. So yeah. Okay, so with this we can save, and well, we can say that this is already a pretty good a pretty good amount of progress. We got all the deform bones where they should be, kinda got it in a not so bad state, and added the torso controllers. So yeah, this is basically going to be it for this live then. And for the next one, we are going to start working on things like the tail, the head, and the neck, of course. And so we have a FKIK switch thing going on. And maybe we can try to add a auto snap. But we're gonna see. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this live. I hope you all liked it. If you did, don't forget to like here on YouTube and also to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll see you in 2 days continuing this project then. That's it. Bye.